to win the poll. People really wanted to see psychics on this channel for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mastercraft series. And I'm happy with that. They're my personal favorite for this to win, basically. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. It won with 35% of the votes. Initially it had like 60%, but that went a little bit down later on. But still, a lot of people want to see psychics, and I'm happy about that. Psychics are definitely underrated. I wish Konami would give them more support, maybe one day. Because they haven't got the support in a really long while. I mean, there have been some trash psychic archetypes, but no real good psychic support. And something I mentioned before is that the number 2 and 3 will automatically move on to the next poll for Yu-Gi-Oh! Mastercraft. Now I'm changing one little thing here. I've decided not to let 6 Samurai move on. They're just FTK engine and I think they will not make for a good viewing experience. So I'll drop them in favor of the other 4th place deck. So, the 2 decks moving on to the next poll for Yu-Gi-Oh! Mastercraft, which get a second chance being voted on, are Tenji and Fabled. This means that 6 Samurai Karakuri, sorry, you're not going to the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Mastercraft. Instead, you are going to Brazil. Now, with that said, let's actually dig into the Psychic archetype. So, honestly, sorry about the sneezing thing, still have a little bit of a cold. These are the 2 primary power cards I know, on top of my head. Well, these are the powerful 4 cards I know from Psychics that we will mainly be using. Emergency Teleport is a free special summon of a level 3 or lower Psychic monster from my hand or deck. Most of your deck, this does not negate the effects, it's honestly hilariously broken, but it's just a one-off. Overdrive Teleport is a ridiculous card if it's not hand trapped. This card cannot be special summoned, by the way. You can pay 2000 life points, special summon 2 level 3 Psychic monsters from your deck. This is a once per turn effect, obviously, or even once cards face upon the field effect. That's 2 level 3s, that's insane. This has a lot of potential. Finally, there's these 2, one is a tuner, one's not a tuner. Basically, if you control level 3 monsters, you can special summon those for free. That's very good. Let's first take a look at, this first episode will just be overlooking at what options are available and stuff. Now, I have a direction for the deck already in my mind, but I will be going through other options, and down in the comment section we'll be discussing what the best path is for this deck. Where will we take this deck? Personally, I already take 3 X's as an option to consider. I mean, they have some good level 3s. Sadly, Block Dragon is banned nowadays. Block Dragon was a really good extender in Psychics, as a lot of them are earthed, but it's not the case anymore. One option to consider still is Grandstone, Elemental Lord, it's level 8. It must summon any monster from my grave, basically. But it requires me to have exactly 5, so that needs to come up with a combo. Which is probably unlikely. So they got a big assault mode monster, which I doubt we will be using. Just not good enough. And now we're just gonna look through some of these. This is not exactly good either. I mean, destroying monsters, yeah. Gaining life points ain't exactly great either. This ain't terrible, I guess, by definition, but it's not useful either. I mean, there's a lot of useless cards, it's even a Psychic. Night Escape is just inherently a terrible archetype to not be touching on this channel ever, I think. I hope not, at least. Yeah, so a lot of Psychic cards are kind of mediocre. Banish cards also, you can target on Psychic monster in your grave, banish the target. Here's card set for the field to the grave, especially that monster banished by this effect. It's basically a delayed Junk Synchron for any Psychic. Which isn't terrible. But it requires a normal summon, so it's debatable. Can put it inside for now. Yeah. There's a common theme with these cards, by the way. I mean, this is a soft once per turn. Theoretically, this could be unusable, but I doubt it. This is a machine. Telekinetic Shocker. I mean, it was decent once, but not nowadays. Oh, really sorry about sneezing and stuff, but it was still stuffed. I hope to get away by today. Hope you guys can bear with me. Editing it out loud, it's just unrealistic. This was also a decent card for beatdown focused strategies, but yeah, I'm not really gonna go for that, I think. Save for this one. I mean, Psychic Tracker, we already mentioned this. This is decent. This is decent, but we won't be using it. This was mostly a reverse teleport target in the past. This is a Cosmo card, that's not useful either. Now this especially is a good one. So basically, once per turn you can send 1 card from your hand to the grave, which is a bit of a nag. Target 1 psychic monster in your grave, banish it. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, target 1 monster banished by this effect, special summon that target. So basically you summon this, and discard a card to banish a psychic. And when this card is used for synchro or link play, you can just summon whatever you banish from the grave. It's basically revives any psychic. It's level 3, so it works from overdrives. That's really, really good. Let's see. I mean, this was also a nice meme card. I remember Jeff Jones using this in his list that he topped with, actually. So I have seen some competitive success. This card's kinda bad. Not gonna be using this either. I mean, here I just have a bunch of generic synchros that are, psychic synchros that aren't exactly great. Got Lambda. I mean, it has some potential, I guess, but do we really want to go into side frames? I don't think so. There are a lot of guardians basically, and we don't want that. I mean, this is not a bad card at all. Psychic Field Zone is pretty decent. You basically target 2 of your banished psychics, return them to the grave, and synchro, psychic type synchro. Use them as materials. Especially if you're able to go to Omega with this, that's pretty good. I don't know how are you going to banish, that's always the question. I mean, this is not terrible either. Scion Pulse, return Psychic Monster, return all cards your opponent's hand to the deck, then they draw 3 cards. I mean, they basically go -2 if they don't hand trap you, but everyone runs hand traps nowadays, that's not even decent. If you control Psychic type monster, target one card on the field, destroy it. If you do, take 1000 damage. I mean, destroys anything, but still, that's not good enough in what I do here. Charged up Heraldry, which is Heraldic support, which is not exactly what I want. Locks you to Psychics and Machines from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, which is not a joke. So this sounds good. This sounds really good. Telekinetic, power well. Press summon any number of level 2 or lower psychic monsters from a grave. You take damage equal to the level multiplied by 300. Put their effects are not negated, it's not once per turn, you don't skip anything. This sounds like it has a lot of potential, but in practice it's sadly really hard to use. Now if Might Master was still legal, there would be ways to abuse this, but yeah. It's hard to use. Let's see. This is an interesting card in certain variants, but it's not really meta relevant. Yeah. A lot of cards in this deck are not that relevant. This is okay, it gives you additional normal summon, there are potential uses for this. Most of these are traps, let's not look too much at traps. I mean, this one is decent. And this one's okay as well. Basically target 3 psychics in your grave, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 2, or basically add Solemn Judgment by tributing a psychic, which is not terrible either. The ways to do is when the cards that mentioned psychic. Let's look at the actual psychics themselves. Of course there's the Metalfoes, which are a decent archetype. Metalfoes always have been a decent archetype, they're not terrible at all. Sci-frames, they're terrible, they're just hand traps. That's not a strategy, that's just hand traps. Although nowadays Yu-Gi-Oh! That is a strategy, just hand trap turbo. Magnite Avram, I mean, I guess. It's of course some more Malfoes, chosen by the World Chalice, which is a World Chalice. Now the Synchro that summoned this is kind of banned, so let's keep looking. New Metalfoes support, of course, but I'm not gonna build a Metalfoes deck. Well, basically gonna build a non-archetypal Psychic deck to be specific. Although we can use some archetypal stuff, this Metalfoes is just too much. Although then again, these can be used as Rescue Rabbit targets, for example. Or wear Afto, so there are potential uses for this. I mean, especially with, no, I mean, Unexpected Die. Unexpected Die with this could be potentially good. Something to consider. You know, Rescue Rabbit. Especially Rescue Rabbit in this would be decent, as that's instantly a level 3 psychic. It's instant Cherubini, basically, if not go to 3 access path, and that's pretty good. We got all the Magnites, which are cool, but not really what we want to use here. What's this? Just weird effects mostly. You have a lot of Gustos as well. Some more Dead Escapes, except Dead Escapes are totally worthless. Let's keep looking. Cost from a Wicked Witch, yay. What Kinetic Puppeteer, the very situational hand trap. That has seen some play, to be fair. It has seen some play. Winda, which is pretty decent, just not the type of strategy we're probably going to be looking for. Let's see. There's a lot of cards here. Side blocker, there used to be some loops for this, where you can basically negate every single card in the game. Lots of fun. And the mutants, of course, low level ones, are indeed psychics. Now this is interesting to note for another level, basically. Let's see, some level 3s. I mean, level 3s can always be nice, I guess. I mean, this messes with your opponent's grave, but not really relevant. Blue layer could be relevant when this card is normal or special summoned. You can add one super quad card from your deck to your hand, except itself. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target the 3 super quad cards in your grave, shift that to the deck, which... Last part's not really relevant, but the first part is interesting. Since you can any of the super quad cards on summon, and this does trigger overdrive. That's at least worth checking out. Definitely gonna need to take another look at all level 3s though. This was always relevant. This manipulates levels when it's special summoned, and this is once again summonable for overdrive teleporter. There used to be this really cool strategy called Beatrice Turbo. Basically, you would summon this, summon 2 high spells, go into malicious with one, go into Beatrice, set malicious, malicious and the other one to go into another Beatrice. Then you just instantly have 2 Beatrice. Pretty cool strategy if you ask me. Now this is the one we might be able to consider. It's got almost special to get one mutant spell trap for your deck to hand. Might need to look at this. Doubt it will do much, but at least worth looking at. Franken Derp, if it's special summoned, look at the top card of your deck, then add it to your hands basically. I'm not gonna skip it. Could be relevant. Lots of other weird stuff. Since when is this a psychic? But yeah, the low levels aren't exactly impressive. That's one of the biggest issues always. If the low levels ones are a bit better, you know. I mean, this one is decent. This one's definitely decent, just gonna have a hard time actually triggering this. That's the biggest issue here. I mean, this is also decent, but yeah, this is level 2, it's a bit harder. The cover is pretty nice. Basically, scuffed global. Side Reflector, of course, has its uses. It's a bit bricky since it does require running some bricks. But yeah, the will assault mode activate, and basically this gives you a lot of free stuff. That's nice. Yeah. There's of course all these cards, also psychics. Yeah. I mean, nothing special to say here, right? Redoer is a psychic apparently, that's pretty okay. So anyways, yeah, these are like the decent cards mostly. Let's take another look at level 3 specifically, if we're really gonna go down the path of 3 axes. Why can't I type? Oh my goodness. Psychic, level 3, let's see. Let's look at all of the effect models, see if any of them do anything with special summon. Let's see, does this do anything good anywhere? Nope, of course not, it's that escape card. Nope. Man, that escapes is so terrible. Let's see. Lots of them are just terrible. That's so terrible as well. Ghost Ogre hand traps, I guess that's decent, but yeah. You clearly see here, level 3 does have some decent cards, but realistically most of them are a bit mediocre. Now let's look at the mutant spell traps, if there's anything useful for us in here. I mean, this doesn't banish itself, else the field spell would have some interesting interactions. I mean, it's still a possibility. Definitely still is a possibility, you can just, you know, use this as a combo piece somehow, manage to banish this, not sure how we're gonna banish this, then I can summon it back with Evolution Lab, right? Yeah, that should work, and then I can banish this to go into whatever mist, mutant, mist, level's mist again. Oh, it's level 8. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I'm not saying we will, I'm saying it's a possibility. Yeah, this is just not good. With controls, banish all mutables for the get effect at the end of the turn. Meh. This is just like really worse for Fogblade. Yeah, okay, so he doesn't really have good targets, that's the biggest issue here. Let's look at blue layer. What super quants are there? This is just terrible. Let's not even talk about this. Is there anything worth using? I mean, this has potential, I guess. What does this do? That just basically comes up scuffed tornado dragon. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, this doesn't really have good targets, so you're probably best off as level 3 is using Hush Psychic Clerics or fucking Derp and Hush Psychic Clerics, probably best targets unless you want to do anything with Griezebel. Then just go to Charabidi, do Charabidi combos, and there you go, mate. So anyways, let's do a first draft of what I think is Psychic, good Psychic deck. Aka 3 actions, now we can probably test a hand or two. Cat Soul is just too reliable, this might be useful. Move this to the side. Don't say no to this yet. Unexpected die. Skewer Rabbit. He might as well, right? Drive Teleporter. Psychic. Let me think for a second. Yeah, of course we need to be chosen by the world. Chosen by Zawaldo. I cannot press. It's a cat that you can summon with Monk. 2 Tracker. 2 Wielder. Probably the ideal right here. Griezebel, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna run it by the way. Fucking Derp is a one-off. Her Psychic's pretty good. Now, since we're going 3 axes, we might as well just run one of the better level 3 extenders. Where is it? I mean, might as well. In such a case, we can also run Carbonadon. Right. Not sure what exact ratio for Carbonadons yet. Then, in the case of Carbonadon, we might as well just run Tour Guide. Bit fiendish, kinda. This is just all off the top of my head theory crafting of what would work good for Psychics. Which would give us access to Charabidi, which in return would give us access to this weird combo. Basically means you can just keep using Cherubini over and over again. That's the basic idea you want to go for here. Let's think. Couriers, perhaps. What are we gonna set the couriers that's gonna be relevant here, though? I'm gonna go for the couriers at all. So that's always the question. What are we gonna do with our combos, with our 3-axis combo? Is there anything we want to set with couriers that's gonna be very relevant? I mean, we could theoretically send recover. I'm not sure if that's gonna be relevant. Besides that, though, is there anything we really want in the grave? That's always the question, huh? I mean, let's say we send Carbonadon, right? What will Carbonadon summon? Where is that boy? Carbonadon. Summon one level 7 or lower dragon normal monster with face up defense. Okay, so it's a normal. We're just gonna go for tuner. Dragon. Level 7 or lower. Now, one big shame here is that they can't guarantee overdrive teleport, else I would be just like, yeah baby, let's go level right into Tolkien. Can we guarantee this? Let me think. Cherubini will get our tuner, and no, not really. We can't guarantee anything here. It's a shame. That's a big shame. Still, let's just say we get a Labyrinth Dragon, for example. Go into Hockey 5 Rex. What's it called again? This was considered a good target right now, right? From the cube. Link cross. And I just go for link cross shenanigans, right? That should work. I mean, this should theoretically be consistent. Well, unless we open this, that's a bit of a problem. And we also open, oh my god, we instantly open 2 gardens. But yeah, the theoretical players work. Let's go into double chalice. Chosen by the World Chalice. World Chalice. That's pretty nice. Set Carbonadon. Might just ditch this entire Burning Abyss fiasco thing. But the theoretically would be from deck. Let's see, cube. Go to link rolls. Because this is just busted. This is what you get at the very least. Yeah. Add 1 equip spell from the deck to your hand. They just need light synchros. Light. Low level, level 4 for example. Arc light. Huh, that's interesting. Would there be anything worth searching? Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh. Okay, let's theoretically say Arc Light. We go into any equip spell. Spell, equip. Well, let's just say overdone. And whatever ritual monster we search. Graveyard, any graveyard effects. Let's see, anything relevant from the grave? It's always the question. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let's just for memes throw in this, but it doesn't really matter. Probably revive Violent Cube. Although, I mean, look. This is a machine. No, I already have an ID. Revive this. If I'm not mistaken. Karakuri. Only the non-tuner has to be a machine. Okay. There we go, boys. I'm on the point to figure something out. Okay, so we can go into this. Summon level 2 Karakuri tuner. Go into the Karakuri level 5. Restaurate level 9. Use this to summon another Karakuri, does not really matter which one, let's just say for shits and giggles. Wait, this is by the way overdone buried. The equip monster has its effects negated, right? Wait. This should still trigger then. We'll test it out, it should trigger. Let's just say for shits and giggles, this Karakuri. Now you can use spell equip. Living fossil probably the best choice in this case. Although this is not light. So you will not search of this. Shouldn't be hard to still get something off here. Okay, let's say hypothetically we have another level 3 extender. Right. Instead of getting this Karakuri, you have a level 5 extender. This will go into another copy of Burai. Burai will summon another copy of Shinkuro. This Shinkuro will go into another copy of Buraibu. 2 level 9s. We open any for hard bricks. Yes, we did. This is just a showcase. Can we just not open a brick for once? Okay, this should be perfect, I guess. For the showcase purposes. Let's just say we open this. We optimize the deck further to make display more consistent. This should theoretically work, right? Get Carbonatum over here. Where is it? Should all be working. Yeah. Let's see, level 4. Just need a higher level monster than 3 in our hand. That's actually a bit problematic for this combo. That's very problematic actually. Maybe this is where we just immediately want to go into Living Fossil. Yeah, probably want to go into Living Fossil here. That would fix that issue. It would definitely fix that issue. Although we could just use this to go into place as well at this point. Huh. Definitely possibilities here. Yeah, the non-tuner has to be a machine. Yeah. The non-tuner has to be a machine, so this will not work. This is a Cyberse though, so we can go back to the drawing board. Okay, so what changes? This has to be a fossil. This is, by the way, how I mostly do my combo videos. I don't know if you cares. Okay, let's assume no extenders, right? Let's assume no extenders. That should be fair game, right? In such a case, we would be able to go for a level. Actually, Karakuri tuners. In such a case. Wait, it's all Karakuri? Always has been. So we'd be able to go for level 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, that's a lot of options. Usually 5 is a good level, the higher level usually the better. I miss Daglong and Ip, especially Ip in this situation would be so damn great. We'd probably be able to just go to Zolk and do some crazy stuff, but yeah, it's not how it is right now. Do we have any Dragon in our grave at this point? No, we don't, so Black Rose Garden. Garden Rose Maidens effects are a bit weird at the moment. I think we can revive the Black Garden. I mean, Link Cross can be used as material, right? Yes, this can be used as link materials. Theoretically, this could be linked off. This is not yet relevant. At this point, we're just looking at this. At Black Garden 800. If only this wasn't banished. If this wasn't banished. Well, with... But then we need a guaranteed way to have a target for overdone in the grave. Do we really not have another revive spell that we can use from here? Shit, this banishes. As if it didn't, we'd have one hell of a combo here. I think else with 800 that we use in this combo. No, not guaranteed, I think. However, we can still possibly big brain time. Normal. No, 800. If any of these had 800, we could have done some interesting extensions, but nope. Damn. Is there anything guaranteed here? Maybe one of the Karakuri tuners. But then, no, that wouldn't work either. Everything with guaranteed 800 stat lineup for the... By the way, if... let me look at Black Garden for a second. So basically, this is very relevant at the moment. Basically want to get that... Pardon me. Basically want to get that effect off. So I have something with exactly 1600, it could also work. Doubled it. Yeah, no. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame indeed. Bit of a shame. Would have been nice, would have been nice. I mean, theoretically, if you can guarantee the overdone burial instead of living fossil, we could just get the cube back, which would be insanely good, except for the fact that we can't do that. Okay, let's look at the other options. Let's go some level 5. Is there anything really relevant here? Hyper Librarian, possible extension plays, but then we need another tutor to even do anything. Should we wait, but we don't have anything guaranteed. Should just be one hand loop. Scars not tutor TG. Boy! If you're still a jet synchron. If you're still a jet synchron, this would have been a possibility. But nope, that's being banned due to degenerate combos. Such a shame. Relevant here, nope. No, this does not work at all. Huh. Huh. This itself is a tuner, that's a bit problematic, that's a bit too many tuners. Right. This is a machine there. Hold on. Wait, I think I got it. Mega Phantom Beast. Tuner. 3 plus 3 is 6, right? Should we just tribute itself and one of the tokens actually. You can either go to 7 or 9. Just go immediately to 9. Point. In order to access this, we need to level 2 specifically, so here we go. It would just give us another Buraibu. Then would go for Guri level 3 tuner. Doesn't really matter. Let me test if this combo even works. Theoretically case where we don't actually work. So requirements for this were let's just do this for now. So theoretical case where we only have 3 level 3s. That's what we want to theorycraft at the moment. Get ourselves Carbonaden. Does this work? Go to... Yeah. Let's see, this is a cube. Yeah, this specifically... Oh no, wait. Doesn't matter which this is, right? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it has to be a non-tuner. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I can tell you that much. I mean, this works for now. Let's go tool guide for tool guide, which we would never do in practice. It's just for this theoretical combo of ours that we need to test. Man, I'm totally gonna mess up this combo now. It's been too much build time. Cube. To link cross. Let's see, now we go into Armory, Arm, right. Get a living fossil. Such an obscure combo this. Metal Master. Right. Revive any of these, doesn't matter which. And this needs to be a machine. Ah, so close to working, so close to goddamn working. Oh, damn. So close. Wait. 2+ machine monsters, huh? 2 machine. Okay. Theoretically, just go into another Hulky Fiber action, and that should work. Oh boy, what a combo. What shit was the combo at this point? I mean, that's the thing with combos, you never know when you're done. Oh boy. Got another into level right. To Hulky Fibrax, copy 1. Yeah, apparently go to Hulky Fibrax multiple times. So we do need a machine property. Go to file and cube. Surprised we haven't seen a reprint of this yet. Probably means it's gonna get banned, lol. And there's not enough tunes in the ban list yet, so you know, gotta make sure. These combos are gonna be the death of me. I mean, seriously. Oh. What a meme. But I thought Karakuri lost. Then why am I still watching Karakuri combos? Atlas, please explain. I don't get it. Why the losing deck still featured on channel? I don't get it. Interesting. Is that the highest level tuner there is? I mean, these two can now go into VFD. We didn't need this one at all, right? This is just VFD of any Hulky Fibrax start. Karakuri Tuna. Wait. Let's see. So then in that case we can just go boom. Cloud Castle. Any rank 9. Not sure which one. That could be this one, but let's just say Fortress for fun. Calamities. Does my theory work? I sure I'll add the video after this, by the way. One hell of a first video, I know. Okay, so 3 level 3s as a starter point, right? Just 3 level 3s. No additional extenders in the hand. Does that give us that board? That's why I don't make many combo videos. I just go way to overkill mode with my combos. Look at the length of this video already, damn it. I went on too long. Ah, that's why I never do this. This is why I never do this. Oh boy. I mean, most of this combo is just autopilot at this point. This could be a theoretically great combo. Not sure if this is the combo that we're gonna use for Psychic deck. Part of it is a flex, I guess. Like, what can we theoretically do with this deck? Should be level 9. Marcher. This is definitely one of those combos where all the stars have to align for it to work, but no wait, you need to go to Hockey Fight Rex first. God damn it, stop misclicking. Brain just shut off at this point. I don't think. Yes, give him my tokens, boy. Let's see, which one will we get? This one, right? So, first off we go into 3, okay? Well, it doesn't really matter which one we go into first. For fuck's sake, we'll just say Divine for now. Doesn't really matter. The non-tuner has to be... why do I keep forgetting that? Non-tuner has to be a machine. The non-tuner has to be a machine. I messed up again. Well... that's awkward. Synchro 7. What else can we really go into? This. Scratch ones actually have cards, which is not exactly reliable. Power tool theoretically, then what would we even search? At this point, what equip will we search? Probably... wait. I'm just saying we should do this combo. This would work. You can just revive the level 2 tuner, boom, go into this. Revive the Piraibu, go to Altablat Nier. In that case, we do get Calamities and Altablat Nier pretty easily. Oh boy, that's the first combo I was taking off. What a long video, I apologize for the length. Just once you start doing combos, you don't stop until you figure out the entire combo. But yeah, that's one way to go as an extension play. In the case of Overdrive Teleporter, we could just outright summon level 3 tuner, in which case we can just immediately go to Cloud Castle. Huh. Anyways, there's a lot of potential, that's for sure. Go to Kuri, level 3 tuner. Just gonna put it in here, then I'm gonna say end of this video. But yeah, theoretically we could do this with Overdrive Starter and any 3 level 3s. You could just go into 2 King and Phantom Fortress Altablat Nier. Am I saying this is the best possible combo? Definitely not. Do I think it's a good start? Definitely so. So yeah, that's my first proposal with Psychics. Now in the comment section I will spar with you guys with ideas. If you've got anything I need to test out with Psychics, tell me so. I think this is a pretty decent start. I'm gonna call it a day for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Atlas signing out.